Alright, we're here at Winco. We're just gonna get some protein bars here. Wait a second. Viss, is that you?
All right, man. This isn't what it looks like. All right.
What do we got here, bro? What is this? Is this how you feel yourself?
So.
Shit, guys.
Yo, so what's up, guys? We just got to the gym, and I wanted to introduce you to somebody. This is my friend Austin, and he's actually the videographer for the channel. He's been running everything behind the scenes and all the videos for us. And Austin's gonna be a lot more part of the content as we move forward. Like today, we're gonna get a lift in together, and we have a lot of fun stuff planned coming up that Austin's gonna be a big part of, and quite frankly, he's gonna be part of every video. He's running things behind the scenes, so there's gonna be tons of him in every single one of these that we do. So
Oh yeah, bro.
Austin, you know, maybe tell him a little bit about like how you got into videography, like
Yeah,
what you've been doing.
So the start of January 1st, I just was posting on social media. Just mainly was, you know, doing it just to do my 75 hard challenge. Just went through some stuff. Just wanted to post some inspirational stuff, mainly just for myself. And then if someone wanted to follow along, they could. And then as the months kind of gone by this year, I just really was like pretty good at this. And so I started trying new things, started buying a camera, and then people started noticing, and they just were like, hey, you should probably start doing this. And then it just kind of like flipped the switch of like, yeah, I should probably start learning this. And so I just kind of started self-teaching myself to do all this and buying more equipment. It's kind of turning into a passion, you know, and so that's kind of where I'm at now. And you know, one day, me and Viss, bro, we were just like sitting at a gym, and we're like, hey, dude, let's do something. And now we got a lot of big plans coming up, like Viss says. So
there's some really cool stuff coming down the pipe. Like we're so excited about it. Both of us like wish we could start it tomorrow, but we got to hold off. We know the right time for it and everything, and it's gonna be something really exciting, something you guys can get all involved in, and something that's gonna make like a big impact for a lot of people out there, we believe. So yo, Austin, we're gonna put his links down in the description below. He's gonna hit the lift with us today. We're gonna go over a little bit of technique stuff. Dude, let's go jump into it. Let's go crush it. So yo, first off, we're gonna be starting off with back, kind of like I talked about in the last video. I almost always start with chest. It was something I didn't really recognize until Austin actually asked me the question, like, why do I always start with chest? For a long time, I wanted to bring it up, but it's a good idea, whatever you're going in. For me, I do an upper body day, so it's a better idea to rotate your muscle groups that you're hitting first, because it's when you're the most fresh. If you're always coming in and hitting your chest is gonna be the thing that's getting the most work. And so we're gonna be doing back to start off today. We're gonna be going through everything upper body. But to start off with, we're gonna do a row. And one of the things about on a row, a lot of people kind of mess it up. There's more you can get out of a row than what most people do. Often you see people go in, you know, they're pulling, they're doing a lot of things that are incorrect. And one of the biggest things to understand about when you're hitting your lifts is it's a skill, right? So your technique is a skill, and that should be the first thing. If you're coming in and you're brand new to the gym, that should be the thing you're focusing on first, is building up your skill on the lift. And then that way, as you get better and better at the form, when you increase your weight and it goes up, you're gonna be getting more and more benefit from it, and you're gonna be actually targeting the things that you wanna target and keep it consistent. That way you can continue improving. If you don't do that, you have bad form starting off, you're just gonna end up leading to an injury or imbalances, different things that are gonna lead to problems down the road.
All right, let's get it. Last set.
Oh yeah, let's go. That's heavy weight right there. Let's go. Oh, you're good. Go for it. Let's go. Let's go. Good reps. Nice.
Woo. Heavy.
All right, let's go. Stretch.
Let's get it. Come on. That boy. Yep. Good shit. Let's go. Let's go.
There we go.
Good boy.
Oh,
Also, something very important.
what's that?
Re-rack your weights.
Yeah. You gotta always re-rack your weights, baby. Me and Austin,
Put it
we've been
away.
friends a long time. Played football together, and that was something our coach made us for sure learn. When you're done with your weights, you re-rack your damn weights. So whenever I'm training back, I like to do a horizontal row like we just did, and then we get into more of a vertical row, like a pull up, pull down, some of the machines, right? So we're gonna be hitting some pull downs, but yo, one of the things I love, if you ever got any of these in your gym, these VMAG grips, right? These grips right here, like the regular bar, it's fine. These suckers are great because of how they're made, where your hands hook around, you really can get a lot deeper and feel more of a contraction and get more of a stretch. I love these things. It's my favorite bar to do pull downs with. So we're gonna throw this on, start with like a moderate weight, just kind of like feel the movement a lot, and then we'll get a little bit heavier with it. Not getting a ton of bend in the back on this one. You can kind of pull back a little bit to help hit your chest a little bit more, and hit your chest with the bar is what I mean. But really, you're gonna feel this one a lot in your lats, stretch it out, and then pull down, contract.
The other thing that I think of when I lift is I think of a marathon, right? So everything is just like, just so slow tempo. Everything.
Right. Control it. No like explosion.
Yeah, because like, if you're just swinging it, man, I know we talked about it already before, but if you're just swinging it, it's like, you're just completely defeating the whole purpose of it, right? Of it all.
Right.
Don't worry about the ego. No one cares about how much you're lifting.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's cool to get hoopla,
Yeah.
like, excited and hyped up, but that's only a short temporary feeling that you get. Outside of that, when you leave the gym, do you feel that feeling still? No, it's like, if I'm hurt, then there's like no,
right.
There's no benefits from it at that point.
Right.
So,
and that's like the thing, is that a lot of time that's gonna lead to getting hurt,
Yeah.
or at the very least, it's gonna lead you just to not get as good of results.
exactly.
And like the biggest thing we're coming in here for isn't to be like,
results.
oh, I hit this many reps. Like, let's
Yeah.
get the results, right?
Yeah. 100%.
Let's do it, baby. I think one of the biggest things too, maybe we should touch on a little bit, is like rest times.
Yeah.
I think everybody's kind of got,
Really,
there's a lot of different philosophies out there.
Yeah.
One of the best things I've always heard is when it comes to rest time, rest long enough for you to be able to perform your next set with
100%.
proper form technique.
Yeah, like if you're working biceps, triceps, some movements like on your lateral raises with your shoulders, you could probably have like a 45-second rest period.
Yeah, doesn't need to be that long.
But if you're doing your primary muscle groups or just like one of the primary lifts, like honestly, like it doesn't really fucking matter how long you take. Now, don't just be sitting there on your fucking phone for like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, right.
You know, wasting time, but like
3-hour workout
but
where you're
honestly,
lifting for 30 minutes of it.
Yeah, but at least take some time to like, you know, let your body recover, regroup, and then go execute it.
Right.
Because at that point, you're going to get the most out of those lifts. It's kind of like the Dorian Yates, man. That's why I've been doing a lot of things on him, is like he talks about that. Right? That's why he does 2 warm-ups and then he goes all out.
Right.
You know, and you can't do another set after that. So it's like you go all out on that last rep.
Yeah.
And it's like that methodology of like being able to perform at that performance level. He's not jumping right into the final lift at 45-second rest period.
Yep.
You know, he's taking a couple minutes to
Right.
get to where he needs to be ready to then perform it.
Right.
And then he goes all in.
Yeah, and I think a good thing you touched on was like, it depends on the lift. Like you just said, whether it's biceps or triceps or maybe some shoulders, like you don't have to take that long. But if you're squatting, and maybe it's like a heavy day on squats, you're training for, maybe you are a power lifter, maybe you're training for strength a little bit. You're doing really hard, even on higher reps. Squat, bro. I mean, there was days I would take like 3, 4, 5 minutes in between my sets. Because, I mean, you really perform like a hard squat set, it's going to take it out of you.
Yeah.
You're going to need some time to recover so you can hit that again. So, so this is a cool thing you can do. You know, you get a spotter or a friend in there. Can always help you go a little bit further, a little bit harder on your lifts.
Also, those that don't know, when you're spotting too, you're going to be above, right? Touching the bar. Assist a little bit, make them still fight for it. Don't do all the work. You got to work for it. Good shit, let's go. Yep. Get it, come on. All right, here we go. Yep. Make them work a little bit, make them work. Let's go. Come on, Viss. One more. Yep, let's go. Oh yeah.
Holy crap, man.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap.
Start fighting demons on those ones, bro.
Nice. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get it. Push. Oh yeah. Nice. Good work. Good set. So all right. So we just did horizontal movement, then we did a pull down movement. Now we're gonna work into chest. I always like to hit incline. It's actually where I feel my chest the most. So big thing on this, right? When it comes to the incline press, and for you might want to try out some different stuff. People like barbells, some people like dumbbells. For me, like I said earlier, man, if I start using barbells now, especially on a flat, I feel it all in my shoulders. It doesn't matter what I do. I try to tuck my elbows, change up the position, everything. I just don't feel it in my chest. However, on machines, I've started really loving machines for this because you can really focus everything right on the muscle group you want to hit. So some tips for incline. Like I said, with most of my lifts that we've done so far, I start off with like just a moderate weight, something I can feel a little bit, but it's not too much. And that way I can focus on my technique to start off with. So get myself in position. You want to drive your shoulder blades in to the bench or whatever it is that you're pressing off of. Most of the time it's gonna be a bench, right? Drive your shoulder blades in, pull them back, big chest. You want to make your chest very big, right? Fill your pecs, stretch. Then it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna push up, control the weight, you know, and when you're top, squeeze, and then you wanna let the weight down. And when you get to the bottom, you wanna do the same thing. Make sure your shoulder blades are contracted back, pull your chest back, and then boom, up again, right? And so I like to go in, like I said, moderate weight, start off with, really get my technique down, control the weight the whole way through, and then as you start to add more weight, just keep the same thing going, right? The whole entire time. Are there any like key things that you're thinking about when you're doing something like this on incline?
But just like your traditional, it's just like any type of thing of like your push-ups, dumbbells, like anything like that, make sure your elbows are just kind of slightly in a little bit. You don't want to be flared out like this.
Yep.
You know?
That's good tech.
And so like, it's just super important to just like remember that like, it's okay to get fancy, but like to an extent that like is going to still be able to kind of revert back to the traditional way of like pressing, right? Pressing is pressing. And so like, don't overcomplicate things, especially when you're starting out. Don't listen to your freaking, some people that just like feed out a bunch of bullshit. And so like, it's just super important to like understand where your resources coming from. And if they're telling you something like, oh, stay away from this press, like they're probably full of shit. Cause like everything comes back to your traditional way of lifting. Like what did the OG people do back in the day? You know what I mean?
One of the big things, a tip that can help some people out there, especially if you're just getting into lifting, something to pay attention to. If you watch where Austin's elbows are driving, the way your elbows are driving is gonna point in the direction of the muscle group that you're actually hitting. So whether it comes to a press or any rowing motions, right? So his elbows are driving up in front of him into his chest. So if you go up in front of you, up in front is your upper chest, right? If he was driving straight, it's gonna be working more mid-chest. Driving down, me working more lower chest. Same thing with flies. If you're going across, up, down, whatever way your elbow is driving is the direction of the muscle that you're hitting. Same thing when it goes to doing any rows. So if you're pulling back, right, your elbows are driving back, you're gonna be hitting more of your lower back. You're driving up, it's gonna be hitting more of your upper back. Straight up, it's gonna be your traps. Same thing with the pressing movement, straight up, shoulders. So it's always a basic way to kind of know what area you're gonna be targeting if you're just barely getting into lifting.
All right, everybody that's gonna listen to this, one day we're gonna convince Viss to become IFBB Pro.
We'll see about that one.
Drop it in the chat if you think it should happen.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Come on. Yep, all right, come on. Yeah, come on. Good.
One more.
Yep.
Oh, that was a good one. Holy
Good
crap.
weight.
Let's go. Drive, nice. Good stuff. Good. Get another one. Get it. Push. Nice. Yep. Good work.
Oh,
That was a good one. That was a burner.
all right, so for this one,
Weight test.
this is a combination between a press. It's a pretty cool machine here. You got a combination between shoulder press and then also lateral raises. Really versatile. What's cool about this is Refinery also got this tricep extension portion to it, so it's really versatile depending on if you ever come here or ever see a machine like this. But the other thing is like the machine itself is really heavy, so like a lot of weight doesn't necessarily need to be on here. But we're gonna do a superset here. Press, and then you just kind of sit up and be able to do a
lateral
raises. Important thing too here on the lateral raises, and I like this machine, is you don't overemphasize. A lot of people will like go completely above their shoulder, but their hands go above their shoulders. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to, stop almost at a straight line from hand to shoulders.
One of the big things
also,
too.
notice too, he's leading with his elbows, right? So like he's not doing hand first, where a lot of people, like you'll see dumbbells, they'll do this,
Right.
and the dumbbell is above their elbow. It's super important to keep your hands below your elbow. Elbow leads by pulling from the shoulder.
One of the big things too, you'll see people, instead of controlling the weight and trying to mainly drive it up with your shoulders, right? They'll start flinging up their traps a lot more. you really want to try to focus on while you're doing this. This isn't really meant to be a trap exercise. Try to just keep it straight. Pull with just the elbow, or just your delts.
Yep.
Drive the elbows up. Definitely helps too, like while you're sitting down, to make sure that's not a thing. If you find you're someone that you're wanting to do that and like you wanted to jerk the weight up on your side raises, doing them seated can really help because you can't get the same momentum, and try to force yourself to really control it. Dude, like as soon as I started getting into weightlifting, I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
It was like, it's like when you could see the improvements, right? And it was like, I started when I was, got like early junior high.
Yeah.
And I just realized like how training in sports made me better,
Yep.
like getting in better condition and shape, and like how you perform better. And then like when I found the gym, I was like, oh dude, I'm gonna get stronger. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be able to push people more, like tackle,
Yeah.
be able to throw people around and whatnot. But then it started being like, oh wow, like I'm getting bigger. And like I just fell in love with it. So I was like always the one. It's like before school going and lift, after school going and lift,
Yep.
and just
All the time.
I got some weights in my
will
house
say,
and
like,
would start doing it.
Viss talks about it all the time on his streams. Like our old coach, man, like he was a
Yeah.
big pivotal moment of like,
He was such a good coach.
you know, he was a great life coach, man.
Uh-huh.
It's just like
Yep.
every day you show up to the gym on time, and I'm so forever thankful of like all those morning lifts, and you had
Yeah.
to be there on time. And dude, if you weren't, the person that wasn't, you saw the vein popping out of his head walking down the hall. Like you were
Yeah.
fucked. Like everyone knew.
it was like you disappointed him though, is what it was. And
you didn't want to live that.
and there would be like a lot of time there'd be like a cost for the team too.
Yeah.
So it was like you knew you were, because you're letting your teammates down. You don't show up
Yeah.
for one of the lifts and whatnot. Like everybody's gonna run.
Yep.
Right. Everybody's gonna pay for it, and so it's like people started getting real quick. It's like, oh, I don't like, I'm letting my teammates down.
Yeah.
Like I'm letting the team down too.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was a great football coach, but he's a far greater coach at just coaching life.
Yep.
Through the game of football and just holding people accountable and teaching us that there's like a bigger meaning of what we were doing. He'd always say, like one of my favorite things he'd always say is, this is way bigger than football.
It is.
You're learning something here that's way bigger than football. One day you're gonna get out there in real life, and these things that you learn here in between these walls, you're gonna flipping need. And it was so true. So right with all that, man.
The more life experience that you deal with, you really realize that the man he just spoke throughout history of like what you're going to experience, man. And it's like the motto that I've learned over this last year is like, it's also like the heartbeat, man. Like you never want to flatline, man. You don't, and you know, you got to go through the lows to get to the highs.
Yep, it's part of it.
But to get to the highs, you got to go
experience.
through the lows. So
I think one of the best things, especially talking about that, is I think when you start to realize, like, you start to appreciate the lows.
yeah,
Because you start to realize, like, if you keep going and you keep improving, you learn from them, they're what like really makes you better.
yeah, 100%.
They're some of the best fuel sometimes. And it's like, when you can get to a point, and it's like, no matter what, it's gonna suck. It never doesn't suck like when you're going through a low point, right? But if you can just remind yourself in that low point of like, hey, like what I'm going through right now is, there's opportunity here, like to get better. And it's something to realize, like, this is part of the human experience.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through lows.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to avoid them. And it's like, that's what part of life is. So it's like, you can almost, even though they suck, you kind of look at them a little bit different, and it helps you deal with them better. And then it also is something where, like, whenever you're going through a low, you gotta remind yourself that, like, hey, when things are good, appreciate the times when they're fucking good.
Yeah.
Because they're not always gonna be good. It's a roller coaster, baby.
Yeah, you know, you can always go through life coasting, but it's what you do in the face of adversity that really matters. You might have to work a little bit harder, but guess what? That's your path, man. And it's a lot more rewarding to work for it than just like something just comes up.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes that's a curse, dude.
Yep.
That can be one of the biggest curses, when you just got the talent, or you just got the genetics, because you don't learn the key value in the hard work. Things come too easy, then when you really need to double down and push yourself, and you were so used to it being easy for a long time, that's where you see a lot of people who have potential fall short. Yep. All right, guys, we just wrapped up the workout.
Mile, use the left lane to turn left onto 104
That's
south.
a blooper, bro. All right, guys, we're the car. We just wrapped up the workout. We're gonna go grab a post-workout meal. Stay tuned. You'll see where we're going. We're in Chipotle, baby.
Chipotle.
Gotta get those post-workout gains.
Time to get big, bro. Time to get big.
Gotta eat big. Dirty bulk. 50,000 burritos. Challenge right now. No, don't do that. That's a bad idea.
Don't do that.
Shit. What you got?
So I got a steak, double steak.
Okay.
Always got to double it up.
Okay, I like
Double
it.
steak burrito. I slacked on my meals. I've only had breakfast, so I stuffed it up a little bit on my macros. And then I got this to help out my cramp, since I like to cramp, I guess.
All right, I went with chicken burrito. Got black beans, white rice, some sauce up in there, a little red sauce, some pico.
Oh, you go hot sauce.
Yeah, this is gonna be scary.
I'm a bitch.
Scary.
I go green sauce.
Yeah, and then I asked for some guac, and my dude did not hold back on the guac. He got like a giant spoonful of guac up in there. So then I got a little lemonade.
Hell yeah.
What's up, guys? We're at the store now. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna show you guys what I typically get and some of the reasons that I get it. So let's go. All right, yo, first thing I ever grab whenever I go into the store, go straight over, grab a couple bushels of bananas. Not only because, you know, it's fruit. I eat tons and tons of fruit in my diet. I find that it's like a good way to curb your sweet tooth. And on top of that, it's like a quick snack food, right? It's like if you're ever feeling like you want something and it's like real quick, boom, grab a banana, peel that sucker, you're good to go. Also, I'll throw these in my oatmeal in the morning as well. So always I grab, I go through like two things of bananas like a week typically. So start off, grab some of these, and then when I'm picking them out, I kind of like to get two different ones that look a little bit more ripe and then ones that are a little bit more green. That way by the end of the week, they're not turning brown and getting like a bunch of spots. So got some more green ones and then a little more yellow. That way they can last at least, you know, throughout the week, and the more yellow ones a few days. All right, next up, like I said, we're gonna get some oranges. It looks like they only got cuties right now. They don't have some of the bigger ones, so we're gonna go with those. I mean, these suckers, they're kind of like similar idea. If I ever have a sweet tooth or I want something, typically my go-to, I go to fruit rather than, you know, something else, some type of junk. And so I like grabbing a couple of these as well. Real simple, real easy. Peel them, eat them. All right, typically I would never pick this food up ever, but we did a candy or it was some sort of pastry thing, tier list a while back, and I had never had moon pies before. And they told me I have to get them. So typically I would never buy this, but today we're gonna get it just for that. So, I mean, if you ask me my favorite cut of steak, I definitely love New York strips, right? Ribeyes they can be good from time to time. I'm actually more of a fan of leaner cuts of meat, especially for what I would eat typically week to week. Usually I like to go with a top sirloin. So we're gonna go with some of these sirloin right here. Got maybe 2 packages of these this week that we'll go with. So these are a little bit bigger, these are a little bit smaller. We'll go with those. A couple things, a chicken breast. So I've been doing different things week to week, so it depends. I'll usually swap between top sirloin, chicken breast, and lean ground beef. And so I've been doing a lot of lean ground beef the past few weeks. And so instead of that, we're gonna go with some chicken breast this week, along with that sirloin that we just picked out. So I'm gonna grab a couple packages of this. It's not too bad of a price, you know, $2.88 a pound. pretty good price on that. So it's weird. As I've gotten older, I've had more and more issues whenever I drink milk. So I usually go with like an almond milk. My favorite one that I typically get, it doesn't look like they have it in stock. Which I really like there's like an unsweetened coconut, which is really good. But since that's not a thing, we're gonna go with the unsweetened vanilla. I use this in the oats or sometimes just simply to have as a drink. So get one of those, a couple of these. Let's see what's next. Those Pop-Tarts? Absolutely not. Only psychopaths eat those things. All right, this is what I like doing. So what I'll do for my oats, right? I'll pick up some quick cooking oats, just get like regular store brand or the Quaker. And then I will also usually get one of the variety packs, but I don't think they have one that's like lower sugar. I like to go with the lower sugar version. So maybe I'll grab a couple of these instead, the maple and brown sugar. And then this is a hack, all right? This is like living in the trailer back in the day hack. What you do, you get the quick oats, right? You toss them in a bowl. And then you throw one of the packets over the top. That way you got the maple, right? But you don't have to use multiple packets. When you're living on a budget, right? That's back in the day, that was the play. It's the secret hack right there. Usually, I like to pick up also from time to time, like you guys had seen in the previous videos, some beans. So we're gonna grab some kidney beans, and actually, some of my favorite garbanzo beans. These are actually, I don't know what it is. I've always liked these actually the most, kind of a little unorthodox. Usually it's kidney beans or black beans that you hear people eating, but I like these a ton. So we're gonna grab a couple of those as well. All right, so this one grabbed some veggies. So we got a couple packets of steamable mixed veggies. Got a few of the Brussels sprouts and a few of the broccoli. That way, still getting some veggies in, getting your fiber and all of that. And I like it in the steamable. It just makes it easier to store in the microwave, good to go. Sometimes I'll actually grab like a big bag and I'll dump it in the air fryer, and that's a good way to go about it as well. But outside of that, honestly, that's about everything. Let's go check out. Yo, all right, we just got back. Everything's put away, and we figured, hey, we gotta try these out. Chat wanted me to try these, and so.
And we both never tried them before, so.
Yeah, this is the first time for both of us.
Yeah.
To see what we think.
All right, bro.
Ooh. What do you think? What's your initial impressions?
That's not gonna be very good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be mid.
All right, bro.
Let's see.
You know, it's not bad, but it's not like, oh my gosh, like
right,
out of this world.
It's like a 6 out of 10 maybe.
Well,
is what I'd say.
I think the texture.
Chat was like making me think this was gonna be like the best thing I've ever ate in my life.
The texture kind of throws me off. Like when you chew it.
I don't like the texture.
Yeah. Like it really doesn't taste that bad, but. This will
like
probably be the only time I ever eat it.
What are those, like ho-hos? What they are? Mm-hmm. Are they like chocolate swirl thing?
Yeah.
It kind of tastes like that.
Yep.
Very similar, but like worse texture. Well, my rating, 6 out of 10. What's yours?
I'll probably give it a 6. I wouldn't say it's any lower than that, but it's definitely not any higher. I wouldn't recommend anyone to eat it.
Yeah.
But it's like, if someone eats it.
They're trying to set me up, man. They're trying to set me up. Flipping. Man. All right. Yo, guys, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed working out with me and Austin today and taking you to the store to see everything that I pick up. Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.